Hello everyone. Welcome back. It's your friendly stay at home. And yes. And yes, you're probably wondering, and yes, why is it so dark in your room? It's because my stupid light doesn't... Well, it works now. What's the opposite of camera shy? Is camera proud? My light is camera proud. So, yeah, I was leaning back before I started stream, and my headphone cord tugged out my light, and then I plugged it back in, but no matter what I did, I was pressing the button over and over again, and it wasn't working. I was like, I guess it's just going to be dark until I can get a new camera. The camera. Light. Am I okay? Are you okay? Well, it works now, so all's well that ends well. Look. Real D, HD, 3D, light source, crushing it. It is Tipsy Tuesday, so you know what that means? We're getting tipsy. And it's Tuesday. I look good with the light. I was thinking, but I need to shave. It's the same thing, you know. Shaving is hard sometimes. We're playing Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Well, it's not there anymore. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Famous game. I feel like everyone knows Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy in one way or another. It's like a famous rage game. And if you know anything about me, I believe that I'm famously unrageable. Today we are drinking a Flower Power Ithaca IPA. Get your mom fuel out. Mom fuel. I'm actually trying to pour it so that it's like, it does get foamy. Because that way I don't have to, like, sift through so much carbonation. I think that might have been my problem when I was doing Cardio last week. I was going crazy. So, let me briefly explain the rules of this Tipsy Tuesday. There are two conditions under which I will drink, or I must drink in the game. One, I fail. You know, I do a failure and I fall down. Second, I fall. Even if I'm succeeding, if I'm going down, and like, you know, down as in, hey Kier, what's up? Down as in like a bit, not as in like, you know, oh, I'm like going over something, technically I go down. But if I go down a bit, even if it's to progress, I'm drinking. And the drinks will be in proportion to how much I have fallen or failed. So, without further ado, also, I've never played this game before. I've seen a lot about it, but without further ado, let's get over it. This is our guy. I kind of like the characters. Well, the mouse sensitivity is quite low. I thought it would be higher. Whee! Let's fix that. How you doing, Kier? Whoa, the mouse is like really not sensitive. Woo. Alright, well, that's our first drink. I didn't apply it. That's the problem. Your dog got into the trash? Are they okay? Oh, check that out. Oh, you gotta clean that up? I'm sorry to hear that. The dog's fine. That's good. Alright, so let's see. I can maneuver it out. Around. Nice. Whoa. Oh, you see that? I didn't even fall, even though I was up on a tree. Whoa, there we go. Alright, we'll do that. And when it's a failure, I'm not going to be like, it's a fall and a fail. Like, a fail is a fail. That's probably one drink, though. It's a very small fail. Oh, dear. Well. Feel free to drink or play along at home. But obviously, you know, wink wink, nudge nudge, only if you're of legal drinking age. check this out. Boom. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Hello, Bennett Foddy. There's no feeling more intense than starting over. Well, it's a fall. I'll do two. The legal drinking age is optional in New Zealand. That's incredible. I think it's the same in the UK, right? Well, it's like with stipulations. Oh. It's like you can drink at 16, but you... Huh. Telling me to go away and come back. I love Bennett Foddy's voice, though. I don't know if it's loud enough. I'll turn it up a touch. But, yeah, in the UK, it's...
Thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point.
It's... If you're 16...
Stop and quit the game.
You can drink so long as parents are there, or I think so long as you're having a meal. Or maybe it has to be both, I can't remember. Oh, hey. Nice. Meow. Whoa,
This is a
meow.
homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazor, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games.
You can drink at any age with parents and guardians' permission. That's awesome. I honestly think that that's how it should be.
Very quickly,
I think it would...
and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished.
I think it would save people a lot of trouble in terms of... What's it called? Like, later alcohol issues. Because a lot of people, I think, in the States at least, the problem is that they're not allowed to drink until they're 21. And the whole time they're getting up there, it's like hyped up, it's hyped up. And especially if you come from like a pretty strict conservative background, like, it can be really hard to like do it underage. And so when you finally hit that point of 21, you're like, oh yeah, like, now I can finally go out drinking. Like, if that gets hyped up too much for you, then it might
in a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment
might
of a game.
what's it called?
It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled.
It might become a problem.
And it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery.
I'm actually...
And the player is
I think I'm crazy good at this game. It's probably like the pride before the fall, but like, I think I'm going off. Beep. See that? I am Bennett Foddy. What if I was though? What if I actually was Bennett Foddy, the creator of Quap, and getting over it?
Tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. Prod and exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over.
You see this? Are you seeing this? I've fallen like once, and it was right at the beginning.
Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
Kier, have you ever played this game? Well, I guess that's kind of a fall. I've seen people play this game before, but I've never played it myself, which is why I thought it would... Oh, I guess that's another fall. Which is why I thought it would make a fun Tipsy Tuesday. I love this guy. He's so sexy hiking. Dude, imagine having the upper body strength to be able to do this. I wish. It's a slight fall. Wait, I can just do that. Whee! Whoa! Did you see that? I'll take a drink for that success.
The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard.
Nice.
But I couldn't bring
I do like the narrative. I mean, I'm sure that
like
it's
my
been
inability to
told
get
over and
past
over
the
again on...
obstacle was my fault, as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
I mean, I feel like Bennett Foddy, like... He seems like a pretty intelligent game designer. Like, I don't know, the narrative of this game is really nice, how it's... Yow! The narrative of climbing...
You mold your ideas into
and the narrative of the player rather than, like, you know,
and in the process of
no one needs to know who, like, the guy in the cauldron is.
Until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
I think that I'm supposed to be approaching this in a different way. Take me over here and place me on this rock. And then can I reach all the way up here? Not quite. But maybe I can. Okay, interesting. Whoops. Whoa! Let's get over it. Well, whoa, 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 whoa! I'm going nutty. I'm going nutty. Wee, 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 wee. I think that's it though. I think it's like the Emperor's New Groove. You just like wedge yourself in, swoop, swoop. Ah. Oh. Ha ha ha! I am getting over it. Oh. Whoop! That's a fall. That's a 2-drinker, I think. Only just though. Whoops! That's a 2-drinker. That's what I thought too, Kier, is to push yourself up from the bottom, but then there's not enough space to actually get your hammer going up. In the hole, so I think you have to keep your hammer above you, so you have something to like cling on to. I think it is. Whoops, whoops. All of a sudden, I'm bad again. I wish that is that really the most sensitive that it'll go? What is trackpad tuning? Whoa, that's way more sensitive. Whoa, 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 that's too sensitive. Alright, let's find a middle ground. We keep trackpad tuning on and we bring it down to like there. I think that's better, yeah. Oh wait, no, it's definitely not. Turn this off. Keep that all the way up. That's better. Mm-hmm.
You've done this part before. You know it's possible. Just do what you did the first time.
I haven't done this part before, Bennett Foddy. I know it's possible. Oh yeah, I think I do need it like a little more sensitive. But it's weird because it changes the way that it like functions. It no longer locks your mouse in place. You can, yeah. I'm fiddling around with the menu. This is how we're keeping it. All right, let's try pushing ourselves up. Nope. Whee! Okay. What's that cauldron full of there, buddy? Sweat? What if in this 2-hour stream I managed to beat... Beat Bennett Foddy? Bennett Foddy, I'm coming after you. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Look at this. I am focus itself. Sit straight up. Take a deep breath. And fuck you. I had another idea for stream today, which was it was going back to like the fridge is red concept. Which Kier, I don't actually think that you had ever been to the channel when we did that stream. That was the very first Tipsy Tuesday. It was when I had just gotten out of hospital, and we played this horror game called The Fridge is Red, and it wasn't really all that scary, but my promise was every time I like feel fear in any way, like I will drink. And I was thinking about going back to that well and playing, you know, like one of the new AAA horror games that have come out recently. Like, I think there's a new Hello Neighbor, is that what it's called? And a new Bendy game, but I don't know. I think I talked about Bendy on stream, which is like, it seems like a really cool IP, but there's a lot of controversy surrounding the studio at the moment, and like, I am not sure. I'm not sure if I want to necessarily support the studio before I know, you know, how all of that resolves. It's finicky. It's finicky, man. Oh my gosh, stop. Whoa. But I decided it'd be more interesting to probably do a rage game. I feel like everyone and their Uncle Bunkle is playing, you know, new Bendy or new Howdy Neighbor. Wait. This slope is Horror Bell. Yes. Nah. These enemies can be felled. They can be beaten. Wait. Oi. Okay. It's like, I don't have like a mouse pad either, so like my mouse inputs have never been very precise, but that's probably just me making excuses, huh? Oh gosh. Did you hear that they started filming I Think You Should Leave Season 3? Good stuff. Can you please just grip on my Bennett? Me and my Bennett. We're sticking together. It's always been just me and Bennett together. Can you tell that my favorite Mitski album is probably Be the Cowboy? No, 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 no. Yes! No! Yes. Hee hee hee. Puberty 2 is a good album. I won't argue with you there. I actually haven't listened to the new Mitski album. I don't know why. I do like Mitski, but I think I just like never got around to it. And then like it was like gone. Whoop. But I do love the art that people make. Come on then. Sexy hiking looking ass. Well, 3 drinks for that. The dog's mess is cleaned up. Glad to hear it. I liked this part. This part was easy. Apparently not. Apparently I'm misremembering. Our cauldron is so sweaty. Pew! Yeah. Whoa! Yes. Whoa! Okay, okay, okay. Very relaxed, very relaxed. Very, very fun and easy. Fun and simple. Huh. Yes! Whew. Justice Kier cleans up the dog mess. And yes, cleans up the video game mess. Boom, take that, Bennett Foddy, you stinker.
Predicting that games would soon be made of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened.
Whoa! Wait, did you see that? That was awesome, though. I'll take
I don't mean they
2
look
sips for that.
bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context. And once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
Oh, no! Wowie zowie. Zooty mama. Crazy bell, horrible mac and cheese. Could do better if I didn't have to mind my hands. You finished Plague Tale last night? You said it got kind of goofy, like the laws of nature no longer apply, kind of goofy. So let me ask you something. Do you enjoy that kind of media or not? Because I think I was talking yesterday about that one scene with like the waterfall of rats, and I was like, that's rad as hell. Like in the same way that I really appreciate the Resident Evil movies. Like the really bad ones. Like I enjoy them. First time with that kind of game. I get it.
Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us
It was fun and different to what you normally play.
trash
I like
becomes
that.
the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you could build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music.
Bennett Foddy spitting kind of facts, to be honest. Even, you know, if he's criticizing his own, like, form of philosophy by calling it B philosophy. It's different from what you usually play. I think that has been my experience with Dark Souls. The only Souls-like I think I played before was Hollow Knight and Hyper Light Drifter, if you can even call it that. But I've been really enjoying Dark Souls. Also, Dark Souls is pretty goofy, like, in my opinion. It's a stealth game, but you find stealth easier when all the enemies are dead. That's how I was playing Metal Gear Solid. It's like, oh yeah, who are you gonna tell if you're dead and also the boss that you would tell is dead? Whee! Also, I've made a tentative concept that, you know, I think I mentioned I'm playing through Dark Souls 2 in my free time. And I'm really glad it's in my free time because it's, I don't think it's nearly as fun as Dark Souls 1, especially randomized. But I think when, in my free time, I finish Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3 will come back on Tuesday, for the Tipsy Tuesday Dark Souls 3 randomizer. Crazy bonanza crazy. Oh, you suck! You gun for some upgrades, and let you kill people and recover your ammo so you can do it again. Hell yeah. Do you have guns in Plague Tale? Because I thought I thought it was set in the in like the bubonic plague time, but I could be totally making up. A crossbow, hell yeah. I'm thinking that I want my... Whoa. Yes. Okay, lift. Normally the bolts break and you can only carry 2. So you were upgrading so you
maybe this is what
had
digital culture is.
Had better
a
bolts.
Monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
As a first-time player of this game, I actually think that Bennett Foddy is such a cool dude. Like, I don't know. It's probably like not what the takeaway is supposed to be, because I feel like a lot of people, like, their reaction to this game is like, Bennett Foddy, you suck.
Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on Live League. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled.
I was like, I missed, no.
Rotten, untitled.
But now I'm kind of curious, what's Bennett Foddy's point? Yeah, I agree with you. You're making me agree with you.
Everything's fresh.
It's a language in and of itself.
Until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh, and there's years of.
So what's wrong with that, and what does it have to do with getting over it?
Out of sight.
Kier, I think, you know, my take is the same as pretty much everyone's. Like, what the fuck is going on with that? But I think that I'm gonna. I mean, this is kind of like the first time it's ever come up. I think that I will be attempting to keep politics relatively out of my channel just no. Just because I'm not the right person to talk about it. Like, there are people way more educated in the discourse that can make way better points about, you know, the going-ons of, like, extremely, like, racist and vile people. And, you know, all I will say is that I think what is going on is some hateful and spiteful rhetoric, and I don't support or condone it at all.
Oof, sorry about that.
No worries. I need to be drinking. But I don't have, like, a take, aside from that, which I would really, really hope is, like, pretty much everyone's take, is you know, what is going on is like, in this specific case that you're talking about, is vile, and I'm purposefully keeping it vague because, you know, like, yeah. I'll comment on that one, though. I think if you ask anywhere if they trust their government or their local weatherman more, people would say the weather. Or even if it's not the weatherman, if you mean, like, the weather itself, like, the concept of the weather, I think people would still say they trust the weather more. Because, you know, even if it's not going to be good weather, you can at least trust it to not be good. Like, I don't know. It's a funny... No, it's not funny really at all. Funny is the wrong word for it. But funny is kind of like my go-to word when it comes to, I don't know, things that are just deeply upsetting. Because that's what I did for a long time, and I think probably still do to some degree today, is like, when I'm personally going through like a really hard time, I try to trivialize everything by like laughing about it. Like, you know, like, it's funny. It doesn't matter as much. Or, you know, it matters, but it only but it only matters in the sense that it is funny. This is not funny, nor is it got anything to do with me. But yeah, my take is that it's horrible what's going on, and I have a stance, but I know that there are people that can express their opinions on this exact matter better. Oh, I'm done. Oh, I'm okay. So I will leave that up to them, and I will just do my funny little thing where I'm like, you know, talking a lot about the, you know, I haven't found my berries Vine guy, and, you know, if you see a Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy clone out on the street, do not be scared, shake hands with it, because then the Bennett Foddy Getting Over It clone will think that you are also a Bennett Foddy Getting Over It clone, and it will not haunt you. If you see a ghost out on the street, do not be scared. No. You simply go up to the ghost, and you say to the ghost, yes, shake my hand, please, because I'm also a ghost, and that means you shouldn't haunt me. And the ghost goes, oh yes, I understand what you mean. This is perfectly logical reasoning, and isn't funny or humorous in any way, but rather a serious take that I have. Yeah, weather in the city can be pretty flippant too. I think I'm going up there, right? A reasonable ghost in your house would be amazing. Yeah, imagine a ghost that helps you pay rent. Oh my goodness, what a dream. I'm screwed! No! Oh man, that's like 5 sips. I'm not like upset, I was just scared that it was going to be all the way down. Yeah, imagine a cool guy ghost that was in your house that helped you pay rent. Or a cool guy ghost that helped you fight ghosts. And that's how you make your money. Possess the TV, I can't find the remote. That's really funny. But a ghost that lives in your house that is reasonable, and you're like, come on, ghost, like, let's go fight a ghost, and then you go and you're like, you go to some other haunted house, and you're like, hello, like, pay me $100 and I'll like exorcise your house, and then you just have your ghost do like, you know, some martial arts on the other ghost. Hello, Spoon. Welcome to chat. Unfortunately, most, if not all, ghosts are squatters. Well, that's your... No! Whee!
It's not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
Oh. How much for that doggy in the window? The one with the yellowy hair. Barf, barf, barf. When it's season. Wait. I'm describing a book you're reading? Or that you read? Oh, what? Hello, how many beers so far? We are in beer number 2, and we are drinking for every fall. I'm actually going to take a couple more for that one because that's easily the biggest fall we've had yet. And this section's really hard. This section's harder than any other section. A dude pretending to exercise houses on TV, but he just got his ghost he enslaved to kill the ghost. Huh. It's kind of like there's that anime Mob Psycho. I believe it's not the whole plot, but that's like part of the plot, is that the main character is a psychic and he has like a mentor who's not a psychic but uses him to like basically perform exorcisms and like underpays him. I remember liking that. Wonder if it's still going. I don't know. I don't watch a ton of anime personally, but every now and then. Because I think it's like, you know, it is its own art form. It's just, I think I have to be in the mood for it. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa, look at this new strat. Whoa. Don't ask how. Just know I'm more powerful than ever. No.
Get nasty over, boy. Going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad, and I ain't going to be treated this way.
No. Oh man, so good. Sorry, one sec. The MC's father, when the dad dies, he leaves the ghost to his son, who has no idea what's going on. This race against time to banish the ghosts before they free themselves and wreak havoc. Oh, sounds like fun. What's it called?
Down in the jail on my knees. Down in jail on my knees. Down in jail on my knees, and I ain't going to be treated this way. They feed me on cornbread and cheese. They feed me on cornbread and cheese. They feed me on cornbread and cheese, and I ain't going to be treated this way.
I'm curious, Spoon and Kier, as people who have been, like, you know, chatters on the channel for a second now, would you describe me as good or bad at video games? Because right now I'm having a crisis of faith. 13 Days of Midnight is the name of the book. Sounds interesting. Maybe I'll check it out. I need to get back into reading. I think I'm not making a very good case for me being good at games. But to be fair, I did beat Dark Souls my first time randomized. I guess that's like my only real, like, big accomplishment on this channel, gaming-wise. I beat Signalis, but that game's not necessarily difficult so much as it's, like, you know, extremely atmospheric and cool. I did win Karia Mart last week while drinking, against computers that were not drinking. Kier thinks the randomizer made it easier. Interesting. See, because I'm not really struggling so much with Dark Souls 2. Because I feel like there's more of like a progression where it's like, you know, I'm fighting enemies, I think, around the time that I'm supposed to be fighting them. Spoon says, I think you're actually pretty good. But Spoon also says I'm bad at games, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. Alright, well, your opinion favors me, so I'm going to take it full send. Alright, now, be nice to me. Be nice to me. Be sweet to me, baby. I want to believe in you. I think the Cario Mart winning races was extremely impressive. I appreciate that. Alright, well, we're back here. Immediately whiffed. Hey, check that out. Not too shabby, eh? Whenever I say the word shabby now, all I can think of is, shabu shabu, which I've never had, and to be quite honest, I don't even really know what it is, except that, Babish on that one episode of Binging with Babish when he was doing the sloppy steaks, he made a steak shabu shabu. Hey guys, no sloppy steaks, eh? Come on, what do you think we're gonna do? What do you us? No. Let's slop them up. We're back. Spoon thinks that the Cario Mart was extremely impressive. Wait, I didn't know Babish slopped. Yeah, Babish slopped him up. No sloppy steaks, guys. No, wait. Oh my god, yes, it is a way.
Have no rainbow, but the eyes no tears. John Vance.
I just got back! Are you kidding me? Oh, man. Well, let's slop him up. I like it when it does the bididididi. Bididididididididi. Bidididididi. You know that one? Great thing about this game is you can play it with one hand. But not for the reasons you think. Whoa, no. Ah. Spoon says, I always listen to ABBA during Halloween. I can see it. I think that's how Bennett's trying to trick me, right? Bennett Foddy is up there laughing maniacally. The Bennett Foddy AI that they put into every copy of Getting Over It. Laughing up there. He's going and then he's looking at me every now and then. He's going, now he's panicking. Yes, he's panicking now, and there's no way he'll ever be able to climb back up there. No, Bennett. See, that's where you're wrong. And then, you know, anime protagonist music starts playing. My hair glows crystal yellow. No, Bennett. That's where you're wrong. I've never been calmer.
The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before.
See that? I fell down and Bennett was like, and then I used that momentum to throw me back up. It was awesome. Ah! Yep. Me and my Bennett, we are staying Foddy. No. See? That's how you do it. You can't trick me, Bennett. Dude, what if Bennett Foddy was your best friend? I feel like that would be like such a wonderful life. Because I wouldn't want to be Bennett Foddy. Like, you know, because that's unfair to Bennett, right? Bennett's done all this hard work. But I just think picking this guy's mind would be a blast. Doesn't even have to be a best friend, I guess. Just a friend. Kier mostly listens to lo-fi. Listen to music while you read. What are you reading at the moment? Actually, both Spoon and Kier, are you guys reading anything at the moment? Because I need to get back into reading. You see that Bennett? The Bennett AI. Foddynet. Don't fail me. Ugh. Whitehorn by Bryce Courtenay. Here. If you don't mind, I'm gonna look that up quickly. Just so I have it. Oh, Whitethorn, sorry, misread. Cool. I'll have to look into it more, because I just glanced to see if it was available for purchase in case I need to pick something up. Or order something is what I really mean. Last thing I read was Kafka on the Shore by Murakami. Yeah, Murakami's cool. What's it? The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle, I think, was a book that I very much enjoyed, personally. You know, Murakami is a particular author, I think. No. That's fine. Don't do it again. Come on, you only just got... Don't! Hey. No! Oh, thank you. The Bennett Foddy AI looking out for me. The Witcher books are good. I have heard that. The thing is, I think I've mentioned this on... Bennett. 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 I have heard that the Witcher books are good. However, I think I've mentioned this on the channel before. Fantasy is a genre that I have a hard time getting gripped by. Pardon me? Like, Game of Thrones never did it for me, really. Even though I read, like, 4 of the books. Like, I'm not saying I was, like, you know, a quarter into the first book and I quit out. Like, I finished book 4 and I think I was starting book 5 and I was like, I feel like I'm reading these because I read one of them, not because I'm necessarily getting a massive kick out of it. Same goes for, like, your Lord of the Rings. And, like, this is just me. I think fantasy is a great genre. You know, it's just not my genre, I think. A depressed magic monster hunter. Me when I play Monster Hunter. I do like Dark Souls, strangely enough, though. I think the world of Dark Souls is kind of interesting because it's like weirdo fantasy. Like, I feel like so much fantasy is like, oh yes, and then, like, you know, the elven people heard the calling of the charmed bell sung by the hobbits, and they rose out of their everlasting slumber. But then Dark Souls is like, yo, there was this guy and he was like a frog, and then he like ate some magic beans and like became like a skeleton frog, and he's got fire magic and you have to kill him now. It's like, yeah, okay, it's kind of wacky. Yeah, Bennett. I've heard the Witcher games are also like slappy. I've heard the Netflix show not so much, or that I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. There was like some trouble with the Netflix show. Like Henry Cavill like isn't coming back, because he was like too disappointed by how much they changed from the source material. Because I think I read about this somewhere. Like I said, I don't keep up on news terribly often, but it was like, I don't know. Then why am I talking about her if I can't really remember? Henry Cavill, I don't think is playing The Witcher anymore. Witcher 3 is absolutely amazing. I've heard that, yeah. There's so many games I gotta play. I mean, especially now that I have a PC. Like, you know, Witcher. The problem is, though, it's not a great PC. So I'm worried, you know, like, because I hear, you know, some of the really, you know, great AAA titles, like, you know, your God of Wars and your Elden Rings and your Witchers. Henry Cavill wanted the directors to respect the source material. They said no. That sucks. It's an interesting conversation I've had with, well, a long time ago. A question of like, to what degree should like original authors have creative control over movies or TV shows that get made from their work? And I land in the camp of like, I think that they should have a lot of control, but also I can really understand like if they forfeit that control and then later complain about it. Like, I'm not saying like I don't sympathize, but it is a lot harder because it's kind of like like you kind of should have seen it coming. Like, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think that George R.R. Martin was like, yeah, they like didn't really consult me for the end of Game of Thrones. And then it turns out that that he had actually like signed away his right to like have a say in it. I don't know. I'm speaking out of my ass, honestly. Someone told me that, but I don't know if that's right. The writer of Witcher took $1,000 instead of a percent of the profit because he believed the games would fail. And here's a question now. Do you know, Kier, when the games were like omega successful, was he eventually like compensated? Or did they like Queen him? Like the band Queen? Because I believe that also happened to Queen at one point in their career. They're like, you know, the person who was like signing them on for a record was like, we'll give you like $2,000. And they were like, holy heck, like that's a lot of money. And then, you know, the grubby capitalist is like, they don't know that I'm going to be making like $8 trillion. I don't believe he was. He was interviewed about it. That's a bummer. Because it's like, yeah, that's in the contract, but also like, you know, the studio could do the right thing. Like, you know, how much money does the Witcher games make? Like, an insane amount of money, I'm sure. So, they didn't know it would succeed. That's true, but now that it has succeeded, maybe, like, you know, there's an opportunity for reconciliation. Can I go up here? I can. Bounce me.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content. It's gentle, that lets you churn through it, but not earn it. Why make something demanding?
That's right. Talking about things I have no idea about while playing Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Bennett Foddy and Kieran Spoon and Yes. I'm going crazy. I shouldn't be here. Gentle. Hmm. Yep.
You cannot
You!
believe you'll ever feel better. But this is not true. You're sure to be happy again. And knowing this, truly believing it, will make you less miserable now. Abraham Lincoln.
Huh. No! Whoa, no. There's like the little no, the no, where it's like, you know, you fall down like that section, and then there's the big no when you're threatened by falling down like all of it, like that right there. Thankfully, the Bennett lords have taken mercy on me, allow me to crack my knuckles and stretch my arms. All right, let's recover. The Bennett AI that lives now inside of my computer. The writer was given less than 16 million. Well, I don't know, 15 million is still a lot, because I assume that's what they mean, right? 16 million is like kind of a choice number. 15 million is still a lot of money. I don't know how much money the Witcher games made, but like, no. If only I wrote the Witcher books, I wouldn't be here playing Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. I'm gonna finish my drink, because that's the third time that's happened. Yikes, stinky. Back into it. Oh. Check it out. I'm actually good at Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy now, at least this first part. Nope, no. Yes. No. There's a courier who got jump scared by your dog barking behind him. Too true. I think I asked this before, but I can't recall what you said. Do you mind if I ask your dog's name? Or actually no, I don't need to know that, but rather maybe what breed your dog is. I don't know, dogs are so cute. I love a dog. That's a great name. That's a really good name. I like that. Oh yeah, you did tell me it's a hunting way. Yeah. I think I remember. I'll tab me. Oh, it's such a good dog. Oh my gosh. It's a really cute dog breed. Yeah. It's nice hearing about all the, like, care you put into caretaking your pup. Is the Fallout radio music playing at the moment? I believe it. Fallout 3 was like it's like a formative gaming experience for me. I remember there's that town full of the fire ants, and I was just like, I would get so pissed off. I'd be like, what the hell? Like, why are they so allowed to kill me like in like 3 shots of fire? Like, because I was like really like seriously underleveled. Fallout is cool. I heard that Fallout 76 is like Garbo. You only played Fallout 4 and Skyrim. Fallout 4 people weren't super hot on, right? They liked it, but they didn't love it as much as 3 and New Vegas. Is that right? And people are cuckoo bananas about Skyrim. But I always chose Fallout over Skyrim just because of the setting. Actually, my favorite genre, it's not fantasy or sci-fi, it's Foddy. The Foddy AI that lives in my computer. Relax. Imagine if you had this kind of strength. Just these muscules. Swords and dragons are cool. They're like the best part of fantasy, in my opinion. Although there are some kinds of fantasy that I really, really love, like a contemporary fantasy. Urban fantasy, I think, is sometimes what it's called. Not Harry Potter, actually. I ended up being sort of like ahead on the curve of like, I'm not really big on Harry Potter. Please. Whew, thank you. I was never super into it. I could see why people like the world for sure, but it just wasn't for me. Oh, and if you wanted to, thank you. Look at that.
Stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. You did not die. Mary Fry.
That's what I get. I deserved that so hard because I was about to be like, look at this, like Bennett Foddy's looking out for me, but that's not who Bennett Foddy is. If we want to talk about great genres, in my opinion, a fantastic genre, something that I really enjoy reading and viewing art from is the magical realism genre. Like, I love a Borges. Borges? I don't know. And I read Chronopius and Famus a while ago, or Chronopius y Famus, I think, is how you would say it. By Julio Cortázar. That's right. I'm not mistaking on that name. You know, for someone who consumes so much art, me, well,
is to
I was trying to get to the Firefox. I really ought to start memorizing names. Chronopius y Famus. Julio Cortázar, yeah. Well, epic. I should read Goblin
Find
Slayer.
some meaning in the suffering.
What is Goblin Slayer? I feel like I'm just alt-tab and alt-stream. Goblin Slayer. Japanese dark fantasy light novel series. They certainly do slay the goblins. So when you say dark fantasy, does that genre have defining traits outside of like, it's like cruel fantasy? Huh. Because, like, I don't know, does dark comedy have traits outside of dark comedy? Or does dark comedy have traits that the dark stand for outside of, like, outside of cruelty? I don't know. I don't think so. It's satisfying to see the goblins get brutalized. I believe it. Sometimes goblins are like nice dudes, and sometimes they're like really evil. I'm assuming that if it's satisfying to see them get brutalized, that they're like pretty evil. Dark comedy. I wonder. Dark comedy, is it characterized by its cruelty? I think it... Not cruelty, but by dark... like dark topics. Goblins are a Swiss Army knife for fantasy. That's very well put. Yeah, I think that's very well put. Also, I cracked this beer. I did pour it, but I need to drink like half of it for that massive fall that we took. Blow the phone down. What would be a Swiss Army knife for science fiction? It's probably aliens or AI. Spoo says not necessarily cruelty. A lot of dark comedy could revolve around bad people facing consequences for their decisions. I think that's right. I think of... There's that Netflix show, Flowers, with Olivia Colman and the guy from The Mighty Boosh, and also Mindhorn. And that's that's like a dark comedy. I mean, I guess it explores a lot of dark themes, maybe, is a better way of putting it. Like, you know, it deals with pretty explicitly with concepts of like suicide and stuff like that in a family dynamic, which is, you know, sometimes hard to watch, but it's also like pretty funny. You went to a store last night and it got raided later that night? Jeez Louise. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Woo! Oh, there we go. I suck. I suck. If only. Well, failure. Oh, this is also going to include the drinks from earlier. What would be the funniest genre to have the term dark put in front of it? Dark kids show. I don't know. Dark romance, that's a good one. I like that. I also like dark horror because it's like it implies that like it wasn't dark already. Like, oh, now it's dark horror. Biggest fan arriving in chat, having said nothing all stream, I don't know if you were like here lurking or you just arrived, just to say dark circus. I didn't know circus was a genre of media, but come to the dark circus. No, it would be more like, you know, oh man, do you like the fantasy genre? No, I'm more a fan of the circus genre. Oh, well, there's this new dark circus film that's coming out. Maybe we could go together. I don't know how my boyfriend would feel about that. Speaking of horror, you and your friend are going to go see the new horror Cocaine Bear. I didn't know that was a horror movie. I thought it was a comedy. There's a horror that I want to see. I don't like to see horror. I think I've mentioned this before. I'm a wimp. Cocaine... Spoon saying it perfectly. Succincting it all down. Cocaine Bear is dark circus. Let's get back into it. Boom. Look at this. Take that, Bennett Foddy. You unbelievably amazing game creator. I mean, do you remember the Bennett Foddy Flash games? Like, I think it was QWOP. I wonder if you could still play QWOP. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I don't like horror either, but it's Bear on cocaine. See, but that doesn't sound like horrifying to me. That sounds like pretty funny. Oh, does it work? Okay. We're gonna take a quick break from Getting Over It, and we're gonna play an earlier Bennett Foddy game, QWOP. This was like popular when I was back in school. You control this guy. You are QWOP, our small nation's sole representative at the Olympic Games. Use the QWOP keys to move your legs. Ideally, you will run 100 meters, but our training program is underfunded. Remember, it's not about whether you win or lose. So if you don't move, you just fall over. Everyone's a winner. And you can see like the bones of Getting Over It in this kind of game where it's Oh, press start to respin. Alright, it's a good start. If you can find a way to crab walk, like, you're golden. But I remember they start to like throw like hurdles in your way after a little bit. Oh, we're 1 meter. Hell yeah. Whoa, here we go. Here we go. 2 meters. Yes. I bet no one's ever seen a QWOP player quite like this. Quite like this. I'll take a drink for that. It's Foddy Day. Everyone, happy Foddy Day. Alright. Let's actually try and see how to run. Alright, that was pretty good. Oh, that wasn't... Whoa, did you see this? Do you see that? That's actually running. Nope, not like that. Not like that either. Not like that either. It's getting closer and closer to actually running. Alright, I gotta be less impatient. And by that I mean more patient. Come on. Come on, QWOP. Alright. On your marks, get set, go. Just in the sake of satisfaction. Let me hide this quickly. We go to YouTube. QWOP world record. Oh wait, an AI set. Yeah, okay. QWOP world record task. Okay, fine.
That is.
I don't know. This is Kurodo. This YouTube channel. I don't like React content, so I will not become React content. I do want to see what the QWOP speedrun looks like, but I guess I'll do that in my own time, as should you. And if you're gonna choose a channel, choose Kurodo. But you know, I don't really like React content. So I will not do what I don't like. Instead, I will play Getting Over It with Bennett. The Bennett Foddy AI has taken over control of all of our resources, and mom fuel is the only way we can stave off the increasingly Foddian nature of my existence. I mean, it kind of feels like this, right? Like I shaved my my beard yesterday, a week ago, but I haven't been able to find it in myself to pick up a razor since. We fall down the mountain, but, you know, are we able to climb back up? I don't know. But let's try. Oh, the Foddy AI. Pew! It's so fun, and I love how buff this guy is. I wish I was like this guy. But he doesn't have any problems. I feel like... Oh no, never mind. Alright, tier list of games that are about climbing mountains. Or climbing places. Okay, you've got Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. You've got Celeste. You've got Slay the Spire. Already you're off to a great start. What else? Throw some in chat, because I can't come up with any more right off the top of my dome. I think there was like a Flash Nitrome game. Journey. I've never played Journey. Is that about climbing up to the top of something? Like, is your objective the top of a mountain or a tower or something?
Hang in there. Don't let it get to you.
There's the post game in a lot of
Let it get
Pokemon
you a little
games.
bit.
I'm trapped in a Foddian type manner. The post game in a lot of Pokemon games where you're trying to climb the battle tower. It's the mountain's peak. I've not played Journey, but I've heard a lot of really good things about that game. Ah. The How to Train... Yeah, Kier, we've talked about this before. The How to Train Your Dragon books are amazing, in my opinion. As are the movies. But the movies are like, you know... It's almost like too much for me. Like, I know they're kids' movies, but like, they are just gut punch central. Like they just make me so sad. Like, and then they eventually make me happy. But like, there's always like a hot half an hour. Usually the half hour that is an hour to half an hour away from the end of the film. But it's just, you know, like, Toothless has been shot and Hiccup thinks that Toothless is dead, and you know, and everyone's like, we need to go avenge Toothless, and then they find Toothless and they're
The
like,
vertical wall here has a way of getting it harder the more times you try it. I think anger makes you swing the hammer harder, and that can push you away from the wall.
that's what I was saying earlier. Foddy's not gonna get me with the whole I don't like the hammer. I don't like to swing. You're not getting me, Foddy. How many people do you think have made this joke? I need to get to the middle of this bridge to make it. The movies are B+ tier. I'd give them A-. I remember really enjoying them when I was younger, and still enjoying them when I was older, which I think gives them a lot of staying power. Okay, and then relax. Foddy's nuts. So true. So true. I am the funny guy. What the hell? I'm becoming the Joker again. What's an S-tier kids movie? Okay, so I think that a lot of the time that answer is going to depend on how old you are when the movie comes out. Like, for me, The Incredibles. Like, I think that, still, when I watch it today, I'm like, this film is awesome. But I recognize that a lot of that doesn't necessarily, but could have a lot to do with just, like, when I was born and when that movie hit me. I will say, I don't know if you've seen Soul, which is a much newer Pixar movie. I think that Soul is an S-tier kids movie because it's also just like an S-tier like adult movie. Like, I think that the way that that film tackles themes in such a mature and cool way is really interesting. I don't know. I liked Soul a lot. Kier says Megamind. I love Megamind. I think that film has stood a test of time, both in like enjoying the film for the comedy that it itself holds, and enjoying the film in its ironic meme fashion. Spoon says, I think Soul is really good and underrated, but not necessarily S tier. I can definitely see the case for that. Like, it's not going to be, I think, everyone's S tier pick. And it's not my favorite. I think that would be The Incredibles. But accounting for nostalgia factor, it's still probably The Incredibles, but I just wanted to mention Soul as one that, like, came out like 2 years ago or something. And so it can't really have that nostalgia factor for me.
Life is a mosaic of pleasure and pain. Grief is an interval between two moments of joy.
Yeah, but did you ever think about how
Peace
joy
is
might
the
be an interval between two moments of pain?
You have no rose without a thorn. The diligent picker will avoid the pricks and gather the flower. Satya Sai Baba.
That's a great quote. I would never sleep on Ratatouille. I think Ratatouille is an amazing movie. I think that for me, though, that falls under the nostalgia factor. And I prefer The Incredibles personally. So that's why I chose The Incredibles as like my pick. Kier, you haven't seen Soul. If you get the opportunity, I think it's really good. It's, I think like Spoon said, like, for me, I would say that is like a pretty fantastic movie. It's about music and just like a lot of things that I really care about. And also life and death. But if you don't get the opportunity, like, it's not the end of the world. There's so many S-tier movies that are gonna slip through the cracks. What's an S-tier movie that I've seen recently? I watched Porco Rosso, just here. It was another terrifyingly quiet night in. And I don't know, it was almost like a coping mechanism movie. Like, I love a Studio Ghibli. Okay, yeah, actually, Studio Ghibli films. S-tier, a lot of them are S-tier kids movies. And actually, my pick for S-tier may surprise you. Well, because we would have to probably discount Princess Mononoke, because, let's be honest, like, that's not really a kids movie. Because, like, he shoots a guy's arms, like, he shoots someone's arms off in the first, like, 15 minutes of the film. But you might think that I would say Spirited Away, which it can be a bit much for a kid, to be honest, but I would say Castle in the Sky is... Are you kidding me?
Sorrow is my own yard, where the new grass flames as it has flamed often before, but not with the cold fire that closes round me this year. William Carlos.
I would say that it is Castle in the Sky is an S-tier kids movie. It doesn't condescend to its audience and tells a genuinely beautiful and moving story. Last film you saw was Quiet Place 2 in theaters. Last film I saw in theaters, oh, let me tell this story. You guys are gonna love this. The last movie I saw in theaters was genuinely Okay, well, actually, I'll respond to this first, then I'll get there. Howl's Moving Castle, says Kier. I would agree. That is up there. I would say is an S tier kids movie. Because Spirited Away and Howl's were both one that I saw when I was a kid, so there's the nostalgia factor for me. Castle in the Sky was one that I only ever watched as an adult, but there is such extreme like majesty and wonder to that world that they build that, like, you know, I'm like, I love this movie intensely as an adult, so I can say with like a lot of certainty that I would have loved it as a kid. And Spoon, you've never seen a Ghibli movie. That's okay. I think it's very like, I don't know. I think that I kind of like lucked into seeing Ghibli at the age that I did, because no one else in my family had any interest in it. I just had like a buddy that really liked them. But yeah, if you get the chance, you know, I'll send you a list or something, or I'll just say the list now because I actually don't have any of your contact info, nor do I need it, to clarify. Castle in the Sky, Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, Porco Rosso I really enjoyed, actually. I think that's a good time. Spirited Away, obviously, is like one of the classics. I'm trying to think. There are definitely other ones that I've seen, but that's my list for now. Last film I saw before theaters closed was the Cats musical, like the movie musical Cats, and I can say with 100% certainty that it was the best cinema going experience I've ever had in my life, because everyone was there for the same reason, which was to make fun of the movie Cats. Like, everyone was there with an extreme sense, like everyone in the entire theater, and the theater was pretty full, mind you, except everyone in the theater except for this old couple that was sat a couple seats over to our right that looked like they just actually really liked the movie Cats and wanted to be there, like, to see it, like, finally in real D3D. But everyone was there to see the movie for the same reason that we were, which was to make fun of it. We'd heard so much fucking garbage about the film, and so it's like, well, we gotta see this now. And it was awesome. It really, really, like, was so genuinely terrible. It felt like a fever dream. And it got to the point, one of the last songs, Magical Mr. Mistopheles, is so goddamn long that and they repeat the chorus so many times that it got to the point where every single person in the theater was like standing and clapping and singing, you know, like, oh, well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. Da 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 da. Oh, well, I'm not gonna be able to get that out of my head now. Oh man, I miss those days so much. I'd do anything to go back there. I genuinely would. Because it's hard now. It's really hard now. Get up there. Yes. And then quick. Yes. I'm gonna get up on the top of this mountain, and then I'm gonna take all the sips for all the John Wick 643, welcome to chat. How far have I gotten? I've made it up to the cardboard boxes, and then I keep falling all the way down here, and I need to take a good many sips of this beer, because I'm playing a game. Every time I fall or fail, I take sips based on how far I feel I've fallen. So, I feel I've fallen pretty far. But what brings you here, John Wick? Are you a Bennett Foddy connoisseur? Do you know the tricks of the trade? Because I'm just working it out for the first time. Like, if you go like this over and over again, you can kind of get up here. You will end in a coma. We'll see. Also, I like that emote. I think I told this story, but when I first started this, this like, you know, whole streaming thing, I didn't, because I never, basically never been on Twitch before I started streaming, and I called them emojis. People were like, that's not what they're called. They're called emotes. I was like, okay, cool. You know a bit about the game? Well, cool. Well, you're about to watch a master at work. Check this out. Pew! I'm setting a new speedrun for first time playing Bennett Foddy's Getting Over It to victory. Been streaming now for what? Like an hour and a half? And I'm still only at the rusty refrigerator. I was here like an hour ago. Oh my god. So you can, John Wick, feel free to just tell me when I'm playing terribly, because, I mean, for this section, I feel like, you know, Bennett Foddy, we actually have a Bennett Foddy AI that lives in our computer that I was able to download with the game, who doesn't just judge me while I'm playing Getting Over It, but also judges me as I make choices in my life. But you can tell me when I've really fucked up, because I'm sure that will be all the time. Smooth with it. Pew! Pew, pew, pew. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, when I fall, I try not to panic. The problem is, I think given the kind of like mouse setup that I'm using, I try and always like stick my hammer out just straight, and I don't move it to try and like catch something on the side, whichever side there's something on. But it always ends up here. So I think it's just because the speed that I'm falling is faster than the speed at which I can move my mouse. I love these slides, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned this at all during the stream, but like this kind of slide, oh man, what a memory. They would make you all staticky, and then you would like, you know, go over to your brother and like go hee hee hee, and you touch them and it would go psk, like. Okay. So this is basically as far as I've gotten, because I just can't seem to land. Ah!
Of all sad words,
Yeah.
the saddest of these.
Whew. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we were able to land here. I don't know, I'd put that at like 3 sips. Also, mom fuel. Delicious. So, yeah, my whole thing is that I feel like I don't really get mad when I play video games. So, this has actually been like quite a jaunty experience. Like, I really like the character of Bennett Foddy. Because he's like, I don't know, he's just like, hey, it'll be difficult, but you're strong enough. There's the guy, the cauldron guy. Is the cauldron guy Bennett Foddy himself? The Bennett Foddy AI. Ooh, really bad. Take a drink for that. What if I looked in the mirror and I had become Bennett Foddy?
If you try to please audiences, uncritically accepting
Cheers.
their tastes, it can only mean that you have no respect for them. Andrei Tarkovsky.
Yeah, that one kind of hit home. I mean, Q just says ha. That's so true, though. That's what I deserve. It's what I get. I'll take another drink for that. But I mean, I wonder. As a streamer, you know, I aim to entertain. But I hope I never delve into the realm of entertainment becoming non-critical. Because entertainment is art and art is entertainment. It's just the choice of the artist and the viewer collaboratively to decide whether it's primarily entertainment or primarily art.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Iced tea.
I think that's our third beer down. We'll go until we fall, but then I might need to go grab some more beer. I hope that, yeah, I mean, I think that my goal is to entertain personally. But entertainment is not without artistic merit.
No.
And artistic, you know, skill is not without entertainment merit. So in that realm, I hope that I'm not losing what shreds of artistic integrity I have as a content creator by being unrespectful of my audience by being uncritical of how I choose to stream. Is Tipsy Tuesday expensive for me? That is a really good question, and the answer is yes. It's not terribly expensive. I order groceries online. You know, I usually plan for Tipsy Tuesday while I'm ordering food that I will be eating throughout the week. So it depends on how much I drink, because what I'm drinking now is not very expensive because it's a lot of beer that has just been left over from the Drunk Souls series. But John Wick, criticize the topic that you are streaming. Criticize and analyze. Okay. I think that, well, there's a concept in acting, which, you know, isn't what I'm doing, but maybe not so much a concept as like a mantra, but the show must go on. Like, you know, kind of like and then, I don't know, to get maybe a little comparative, the show must go on, coupled with the phrase, you know, when you're marrying someone in sickness and in health. Like, I think to become a creative has an implication in the direction of a marriage, not of a romantic sense, but of a conceptual sense, right? Like, when someone sits down to try and like create entertaining content, or when someone sits down to try and not when someone sits down to try and fuck, but when someone sits down and tries to make artistic content, what are the differences and what are the similarities in the thought process that exists? And I would hope maybe that the difference is a focus on you or a focus on me. If I am an artist trying to make something artful, I want to focus on my mind and the way that I perceive the world and intake it and output it. And through that, you know, I start to process art in my world. And it's not even the art that I've made in my world, but just the art that I view in my world. Because art, you know, art doesn't need to be made off of personal experience. If you're a writer, you can write about experiences you haven't had. But you have to be the person to write it, otherwise you're not the artist. On the flip side of that, entertainment focusing on the you, is like, I don't know, maybe this is a bold assumption, but I presuppose that my mind already exists in my world, where the artist doesn't necessarily presuppose that. The entertainer says, I already exist in my world, my mind. Therefore, how do I kind of like bring that to other people in a way that makes them, and then insert intended emotion, you know, smile, laugh, cry, so on and so forth. And then if I think about what I'm doing here, I don't know, I sat down today and I was like, what would be fun for me to play and fun for people to watch? And I was like, because it's Tipsy Tuesday, so I was going to have a drink with it, so I wanted to come up with some kind of challenge. And I was like, okay, how about, you know, I've seen some Getting Over It content before. I think maybe it got incepted into my mind because I was talking about how I saw like a Markiplier stream the other day, like a second of it. And I think he was playing this. John Wick, you say people look at streamers for an opinion they could potentially trust. It's funny, we were talking a little bit about opinions earlier. I'm not saying that I'm not Fudge! I don't know why I censor myself. Fuck!
I summon remembrance of things past. I sigh the lack of many a thing.
Yeah, we were talking about opinions. I'm not worried to share my opinion. But, you know, there are certain things that I think are crossing a boundary for me in the educational sense. Like, you know, I was talking earlier today about how, like, I don't really want to become, like, super political in the topics that I talk about. Kier saying ha again. That's so true, though. I'll go and get another beer in a second when I finish this thought. I don't want to get too political in the topics that I...
the foundation of eternal peace.
Thanks, Bennett.
Make anger your enemy. Harm comes to those who know only victory and do not know defeat.
I like that.
Find fault with yourself and not with others. It's in falling short.
Vortex a beer. I'll vortex a beer, sure. Anything for the content. Yeah, I think it can be anything. Gosh, what was I saying just now? Oh yeah. But yeah, politics is an opinion that I don't want to share, but I do think I have like a ton of opinions on all that other stuff. Like, you know, every time there's someone who often comes to chat, and we sometimes play games that he develops, but Radiant Sloth is a game developer who sometimes stops by and chat, and like, you know, we chat for a while, and like, he's got really, I believe he, but they've got really interesting opinions on art and games and all of that, and like being able to have a conversation with them is a real treat, because it gives me, through the reflection of communication, the ability to express my own opinions on games and movies and content. Like, no, Kier, I agree with you. I definitely wasn't, you know, I know that you weren't talking politics. I was just like, I think that it's kind of like an issue that, if turned, like, I don't know, it's complicated, but like, if someone came in and I was talking about that and they were like, wow, you're being quite political, I think I would probably just stop streaming forever, because it's something that to me is so clear, cut and dry, the topic we were talking about earlier, that if someone were to come in and be like, like, I have this different opinion that supports this person, I think that I would be like, I'm done with this website, and like, I'm not coming back. And so that's all I mean, is like, I don't want to talk about controversial topics or topics that people could have the chance to make controversial, because I want to express opinions, but I want, when I express opinions, them to be things people can have discourse about without it turning into like, all of a sudden, like, you know, like, I've based my entire personality on this opinion, therefore there's no way in hell, I'm not talking about me, this is a straw man that I'm coming up with, but like, this person is like based their entire like personality on this opinion, and then all of a sudden, like, they're not willing to back down, and they're actually going to make it a problem in my life, because I don't agree with their opinion. So yeah, no, nothing you did was. You love talking to people with different opinions. I agree, but not when they're gonna make life difficult. Was basically what I was saying. I like talking to people with new opinions that'll broaden my mindset, but there's fun new opinions, and then there's like, I hate you new opinions, and that's sort of what I'm getting at, is like, I love like hey, like you were saying this about like gaming as a form of communication. I actually think that gaming is more like a one-way road, and I'm like, okay, cool, let's talk about that. But then there's like, you know, exactly. Some people love to be difficult, and I think that happens in politics more than like any other like topic of conversation. So I don't want to get into politics or like, you know, talk about politics too much, because the people that really care about politics might take that as an invitation to be like, okay, now my new personality is like disagreeing with you, and it's like, that's never fun, like, because and then that breaks down the world of discourse that we can create, right? Is like, we can talk about things like movies and shows and art and comedy and all this great stuff, but if there are people that are swirling around that are like, you know, because you disagree with me on this one thing that I care a lot about, I'm going to disagree with you on everything, then it becomes hard for, you know, Keir, John Wick, Bingus, Spoon, and I to, you know, chill here and like chat. I think that's a good perspective to have, Keir. It's helpful, but I don't know. It's weird. I suppose at the end of the day, to be a little more vulnerable, like, about everything for me, like, I'm still navigating this whole Twitch thing. Like, I don't know how it's gonna go or how it's gonna turn out, and I hope it's gonna be good. At the end of the day, like, I'll look back at my time on Twitch and be like, this was really great. So in the meantime, I don't want to make enemies, I guess. I don't want to make enemies over stuff that is like, we have no reason to be enemies. Although, I guess I will say, you know, if anyone is like bigoted, they're not welcome here. So I guess in that sense, I'm in the same boat that you are here, which is like, you know, if someone is extensively difficult, and for me, difficult means like, you know, kind of like, bigoted, they're not welcome on my channel. But pretty much everyone else with any kind of opinion is. And if they're figuring it out, like, you know, come figure it out. But just be kind when you do it. But yeah, anyway, much larger conversation than. I think honestly, it's like a. I'm so bad at this game. It's like a trouble with my like phrasing earlier, I guess. Like, you know, come here and talk about anything. I will just, I suppose, like, choose what would make like a fun conversation topic. Whoa, new strats. Oh, I fucked it. Okay. Everyone give me 2 seconds. I'm going to grab some more beers, and then I'll do the Keir Vortex challenge. That quick enough for you? I've never seen a John Wick movie. The Cure challenge is to see how quickly you can pass out after getting into the liquor cabinet. Well, seeing as I'm legal age, it's like... Well, it's not really a liquor cabinet so much as it's like a shitty mini fridge that holds about as much alcohol as it does food for me. But yeah, I've never seen a John Wick movie, but I really want to. Okay, so the vortex is you like... Here, I'm gonna actually... Alt tab off just so I can see myself while this happens. The vortex is like I swirl it, right? And then I like, while I'm swirling it, I go crazy. I go boom, 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 and then I twist it upside down and I like down it all in one go, right? That's the trick. I love how this stream is this constant alternating between, I don't know, some really nice and enjoyable conversations on opinions and art and entertainment, and whether I am almost hypocrisizing myself through the actions that I take as a streamer, and then boom, in a second we're about to torpedo this crazy beer. I feel like this is a trick, right? Like, don't you torpedo wine? You don't really torpedo beer because it's like too foamy. See, it's already foaming over the top. Straight down the back of my throat. Hit that little dangly thing right in the back of my throat. You vortex beer? But how does that... Oh, because it's sort of like shotgunning. The carbonation is going to push it down, right? That's the trick. That's the key. You got to whip it. What does whip it mean? Whip it real good. I'm spinning it. Wait, I have to like whip it from the top like this? Like this? I don't know. My hands are all messed up. After swirling it, whip it up. Okay. Well, it's so carbonated though. Isn't it gonna psh out of my mouth? I feel like use a straw to let the air out. I don't have a straw. It's easier in person. I'm in person with the beer. Okay. Well, in the interest of good content... Oh, someone clipped this, actually. This will be a good one. If anyone is in the mood for a clipping. I don't know how to do it myself, otherwise I would. Alright. The beer vortex challenge. Here we go. Aren't they just drinking it? It didn't do the whip thing though. Here we go. Cheers. Kier knows 14-year-olds that can do it better. Yeah, that's pretty true. I can shotgun a beer like anyone else, but I don't think you want to shotgun a glass bottle. Anyway, yeah, clip that because that was yeah, put me on live stream fails or whatever it's called. Bingistan and Spoon teaming up for the first time in what I want to say is months, just to say that I've done a terrible job at vortexing the beer. I do have one beer left. I could try and vortex. Ugh, that one. What a nightmare. But the first John Wick was good. They keep milking it. I have seen the one, like, it's just a short clip of when they're, like, oh. they're having that like shootout in the train station with the silencers. That looked pretty funny. Was that John Wick 1? Or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5? Or the spin-off movie Ballerina? Boom, 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 boom. Not sure. Oh. Ah. Just watched the first one a long time ago. I love that little emote Smurf guy. Oh man, that's real cute. Yeah. There's Monster Train. Have you guys ever played Monster Train? It's Bingastan will need to talk to someone about the trauma they received from watching me chug the beer. I can chug beers. It would like my mouth was as open as it could possibly go. Nothing was coming in. Ah, well, too true. That's what I said. But yeah, Monster Train. There's like the wicks, the molten wax guys is what I'm trying to talk about. How come I could do this so flawlessly earlier, but now I'm just a garbage man? You gotta let the air in while you do it. Well, that could be troublesome because if I had a straw, I could do it. I've vortexed wine bottles before with straws. Or is that what you call it? Vortexing it? Let me see. Practice with water. I don't need practice. Do I have anything in this room that is like straw-like? Shouldn't do that with my busted lung. Actually, I don't know if John Wick probably was, or definitely wasn't, at least as far as I'm aware. I don't know if I ever told you guys about my busted lung. The thing is, if I had a straw, I could do it. Don't use a pen. Well, it was like, it's not a pen, but it's like I took the pen out of the pen, so it's just like a plastic tube. But you're probably right. Well, I've got another one here. It's toxic? Oh well, the ink isn't in it. It's just the plastic. But I couldn't get the end bit out, so it's not. I don't know. Also, if it's toxic, like, so is this. But also, that's not saying that anyone else should use a pen. That was a joke for legal reasons. Yeah, looking around, I don't think I have anything. If I had a straw. Alright, well, I'll just chug it out of the mom fuel cup. You guys will see. You guys weren't there for the Cario Mart. The Cario Mart was a very, very quick chugs. Mom fuel. Not sponsored by it, just like this mug a lot. John Wick says, just enjoy your drink. I can't now. I feel like I have something to prove. Everyone in the chat like, oh, you're terrible at chugging. I'm not. I can do it. Okay, this is going to stay full. I'm going to keep going. Next time I have a big fall, we will chug it.
The failure here is a metaphor.
I will chug it to end the stream.
Climbing. Rob Dubbin.
Kier says Americans. Too true. Too true. it's cool because I am the butt of all of my own jokes, so I'm also okay with being the butt of everyone else's joke. Lightly. Oh my gosh. My mouse is really bad. Cool.
When the world laughs with you,
No, that's not that bad. This is easy to get back.
Borrow-its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own. Ella Weaver Wilcox.
Kier, I don't think you should, well, you'll never be the butt of my jokes. I'll say that. Everyone is welcome here, and I hope that the only butt of any jokes ever made is me. So, you know. I don't know, I just want to, like, it's just nice vibing like this, like, you know. It's not exactly one-to-one, but it's kind of fun, that feeling of, like, you know, getting ribbed a little by your friends, like, you know, oh, you really suck at chugging, like, you did a terrible job of chugging that beer, like, I don't know, it's cute. Well, cute is definitely the wrong word. It's nice to me, and it reminds me of, you know, a lot of these experiences that I've had, like, you know, wow, go on, drink it then. Oh, you can't drink it. See, John Wick, we relax when we fall, and then we catch the concrete wall. I feel like I might be better at video games when I am drunk. Like the Centipede Demon and Kalameet Dragon on the roof as the Bell Gargoyles in the Dark Souls randomizer. 95 drinks into that Drunk Souls session.
Better by far that you should forget and smile.
It's not too
than
bad.
you should remember and be sad. Christina Rossetti.
Alright, so how about this? Rather than just big fall, we'll say big fall or big success. And, you know, I make no promises, obviously, but perhaps we revisit this. Maybe not next Tipsy Tuesday, but, like, you know, at a later Tipsy Tuesday, because, I don't know. This has been a pretty fun stream for me.
Something filled up my heart with nothing. Someone told me not to cry. Now that I'm older, my heart's colder. I can see that it's a lie. The Arcade Fire.
Well, do you guys have this one in Australia? The you know, like, we like to drink with so-and-so because so-and-so is our mate. And when we drink with so-and-so, they down it all in 8, 7, 6. Do you guys have that one there? Or New Zealand, sorry. In Oceania, the continent. Because, I think that I will do that for myself, and then... Oh, it turned green for a second there. And then that'll probably be the end of stream. For now. Well... Sorry, hang on. Let me... Let's go for a feed. Interesting. Well, I don't know. Last time I did this, I put on a metronome, but I don't know. I don't know what music I could play that would not get DMCA'd. Oh, actually, here's a good idea. This YouTube video is called 90 Minutes of Epic and Hype Pokemon Battle Music. Which, I mean, since I play video games, it should be fine if I play some Pokemon battle music, right? That's kind of lame. Oh well. Cheers. Cool. Play Ragnarok. What's that? Is that God of War or Thor or... I don't know, there's so many Ragnaroks. Ragnarok. Pokemon? No. Ragnarok. Okay, I'll just search Ragnarok into YouTube. Ragnarok song by Peyton Parrish. So if it is by Peyton Parrish, I will listen to it, but I won't play it because I would get DMCA'd. So you gotta play something that is like video game related, because if you play something that, like, you know, named musicians play, then you get like a DMCA strike on your Twitch, and then if you get like 2, I think, of those, or 3, you're done forever. And yeah, but Ragnarok, the song, I assume by Peyton Parrish. I'll check it out. Yeah, anyway. Whoops. Misclick. Yeah, I mean, it's better today than it was yesterday, for sure. So it'll be better tomorrow. I'm gonna get out of here. Well, by out of here, I mean I'm gonna end the stream. I'm not going anywhere. As always. It's so funny though. I feel like I have these, I'm talking, and then like I like change my demeanor. I go like, yo, like what's going on? As always, I've been. And yes. No. Anyway. Great to have you all here today. Nice to meet you, John Wick. Hopefully see you around. Kier, great to have you. I really enjoyed our discussions. And Bingus and Spoon, I know Bingus headed off, but like, great to see you guys too. As always, I've been and yes, and I love you all. Bye bye.